Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Kareem the Dream, back with another spectacular production here. And I want to talk about this coronavirus and what Donald Trump, is doing and what he's not doing. Now, the one thing that's really sticking out right now is these ventilators that are needed for people who have the coronavirus. In their last stages of the coronavirus, we all should know that if you need a ventilator, then chances are that you're not going to make it. It's a slim chance if it comes to that. But I want to talk about the cost of these ventilators, because I've been on YouTube for the last couple of days and hearing commentators and different kind of people just talking about what Trump is doing, what he's not doing, and it's not making any sense. One thing that really got me agitated, I should say, is these ventilators. Now, before I talk about the price of the ventilators, let me give y'all a little background information on Dr. Dre in his Beats headphones. Now, if you wanted to buy Dre's headphones, we all know that at the retail store, you can go to Walmart or Target or whatever you want to decide to go, and you can buy those headphones at the price of $400 plus tax, right? But let me give y'all a little bit of information about the supply chain. In the supply chain, you have the manufacturer, you have the distribution center, you have the distributors, and then you have what's called, that we're all familiar with, are the retail stores. But let's break this thing down just a little bit. Let me break it down for y'all so y'all can see the price of these ventilators. Now, you might say, oh, well, if they just make the ventilators and then they just automatically just give it over to the hospital, everything will be all right. But no, it doesn't work like that. In a perfect world, it does. But we're not in a perfect world right now. So let me break this thing down to you guys who are not familiar with the supply chain. These ventilators that they're using on these coronavirus patients, at the manufacturing level, which is the first level of the supply chain, it costs $50,000 to make one. I'm gonna let that sink in for a little bit. It costs $50,000 to make just one of those ventilators. The next step is the distribution of that product, which the price of that ventilator is gonna double. So then once that ventilator gets all the way to the retailers, that price, just like those Beats, those Dre headphones, is gonna increase like tenfold. So it costs $50,000 to make, but these ventilators are probably going for around $200,000, $300,000, $400,000. So whenever y'all say that, oh, the federal government is taking their time with this, no. These ventilators should have been made on the state level. Yeah, now I understand that, Donald Trump is the president of the United States. But he is not governor of each state. Each state has its own governor. The governor is like the president of that state. So you have to ask yourself, you got to step back. And you gotta look at this thing from the outside in. And you gotta ask yourself, what are these governors of these states, of all 51 states, what have they been doing to assure the people that they have enough supply on hand? Well, let me tell y'all, they ain't been doing nothing. They've been allowing it purposefully to just fall down to the wayside. Say what you want to say, but they're playing political games with people's lives. You cannot sit here and just totally blame Trump for what these governors should be doing within their own states. They should have already had enough supply of these ventilators on hand. They should have already had enough of hand sanitizers, gloves, these N95 masks. They should have had all that stuff already stocked up. But what did they do? They did nothing. They did not prepare their states for an epidemic such as this. Now, granted, yeah, Donald Trump is our president. Feel however you wanna to about the man, but you cannot sit here and blame Donald Trump for all the country's woes. I was sitting back watching MSNBC, CNN, NBC, ABC. And like a school of fish, they're all saying the same thing. Oh, well, why didn't Donald Trump act sooner on this epidemic? Nobody knew the extent at which this virus would take a grab or a hold on our lives. Nobody could have predicted this. Now, granted, yeah, we could have been more prepared for it, but who's prepared? There is no country that's prepared to fully take care of all the millions of citizens at one given time. Now, if it's spread out like pre-coronavirus era, yeah, we have the capacity to handle 500 people who are coming in to the doctor's office, or for these smaller doctor's offices, maybe like 10 to 100 patients per day. But nobody's equipped. No country is equipped to handle millions, hundreds of thousands of people bombarded the doors of the hospitals, of the clinics at one given time. Nobody can prepare. Nobody can be. I don't care how much medicine you got at your doctor's office. You would not have been ready for this monster that has creeped into our lives. I went to Walmart today, and just like a lot of people, about a month ago, I was a little. It was a little funny to me. It was funny to me seeing people having all these masks on, talking about all coronavirus. I was just laughing it off. But a few days ago, I lost my cousin. He was 34 years old. 34 years old. His respiratory system shut down on him. Yeah, it was coronavirus. But he's gone now at 34 years old. So I've stopped placing blame on other people. I'm not sitting here blaming Donald Trump. I'm not sitting here blaming the doctors. Look, we're facing a common enemy. The best thing that we need to do right now for this nation, for this world, is to come together. Stop all this finger pointing. I'm sick and tired. I was just listening to a pastor sit here blaming Donald Trump for his lack of leadership during this time of grief in our lives, man. And I was just so pissed off just even listening to this guy. He's a prominent preacher in the African American community. And the only thing that he want to do, the first thing that he decides to do, is to sit here and blame Donald Trump. I don't understand how the church during these times want to sit back here and finger point. It's no time to sit back and finger point. It's time to come together and to seek solutions. We all are dealing with this thing, whether we have it or not. We're all dealing with this thing. We're in it together. And we have to put the fingers down. We got to put those fingers down. Stop all this finger pointing on his fault, her fault, their fault. Nah, cease with all that. We got to come together to seek a solution. We have to seek a solution. Hey, y'all leave a comment. Subscribe. I don't care what you do. Let me know what y'all think about this video.